Well, good evening, everybody. This is Byron and Belka calling in from Springville, Utah. I hope everybody's having the start of a fantastic week. I know I'm looking forward to what's ahead of me this week as well. But tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're starting over. We're looking at this rain cycle. When somebody comes into the business, there's a cycle and a process that we want to take them through. And what this is going to do is help them focus on the key principles and key things that they need to be focusing on as they start to begin their businesses. To one, make sure that the learning curve is as short as possible. And two, to make sure that they're focused on the time and energy that they can focus on their new business as they're getting started here with Rain International to the right activities. There's nothing more frustrating than putting in energy and effort and not feeling like you're learning or you're growing or you're getting anywhere. So what we're going to do is, this is a learning process, guys. This is something that is not going to just, get you to where you want to be in just a day. It's a process. You need to enjoy the journey, but you need to make sure that you're following the steps that are proven. And the reason that I love principles is because principles are proven. Tips, techniques, different things like that will change over time, but the rudimentary, principle behind it is universal. As we go through these, and as you learn about the rain cycle, actual principle behind the whole thing is, and you're going to be able to use that in other aspects of your life as well. So when somebody's starting in the business, the first thing that we want to do is, just like if you got a new vehicle, and you purchase something, you're excited about it, you need to put the right type of fuel in it to get it going. And so the fuel is what we're going to talk about first. But as you can see in the rain cycle, there's different parts of the cycle. And the whole purpose of this is to help somebody build with confidence, because when somebody has a plan, when somebody knows what they're supposed to do and is confident in the path they're going down, guys, it takes a lot of that fear and anxiety away. And I know that this is going to stretch individuals as you're growing with it, but it is a great learning process. So the rain cycle is all about this cycle. What we do is, seeds are what we're all about in this company. And so everything that we're trying to do, just think of seeds. We're a seed-based company. The nutrients come from the seed, obviously, for all the benefits and all the reasons why we do that. But as you're looking at building your business and thinking about the rain cycle, think of seeds as well. What we're trying to accomplish is make sure that things are simple, they're effective, educational, duplicable, and it's a system. Okay, and that's an acronym for seeds that we're going to use. So as you can see, the cycle is just this. Okay, the fuel, the foundation, the launch, how to launch your business, the message, how you message it, the results, and the lifestyle. And tonight what we're going to focus on is the fuel, and that aspect of it, and getting started here. So what this is kind of a quick little orientation. The fuel is just making sure that you have your ducks in a row, that you have everything that you need to get going. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your information here, date it when you're getting started, your RAIN ID, and then, if you ever need to refer to that, go back to the email that you received, make sure that you have that, and what is your website that your replicatable website, you want to have that handy so that, once again, you have something to refer to. But what we need to do when somebody gets into our business is we want them to get started now. Okay, so within the first 48 hours, there's some things that we want them to do, and here's a checklist to help do that. The first thing is to complete the commitment letter with your sponsor. Now, there's a whole different training on the commitment letter itself that shows you what that is. You can download that in your back office as well, and make sure that all the expectations that are set are there. You know exactly what you need to do as far as commitment between sponsor and between the new partner that's now joined the company. The other thing we want to do is you want to study all the information contained in your starter kit, or the emails that you get from the company, the basic information. Go to the website, start learning. Now, you don't need to know everything, but it's a good idea to know where some things are. You want to start to begin your foundation that you're going to find as one of the things that is in the rain cycle is the foundation for building your business. If you're committed to the business and you've done your commitment letter, you're going to be able to get going. I don't want anybody to think that you can't start until all these things are in place, but this is what you want to do in the first 48 hours to get ready. You want to have everything in place to share and start launching your business. That's another aspect of the cycle, is launching your business, and it's the launch and how to do that effectively. But you want to make sure that you have things in place there. Use rain products daily. Within the first 48 hours, you're probably not going to have your product yet. But the reason that this is here is because what we want you to do is we want you to start sampling this product. If you got to get some from your upline, a couple of packets, as you're getting started, you want to start taking this product and making sure that you're having your own experience on it. Make sure that your auto ship is set up correctly in the back office, and that you have everything set up as far as, which the next point is to receive commissions, guys. You want to make sure that we can pay you. So make sure that we have your bank information if you want a direct deposit, or if you want a pay card, you can set up the pay card solution. You can get a pay card, and we can put those commissions on that for you. But you have to get this stuff set up. Okay? If you haven't done that in the enrollment process, take the time, and as you go down this checklist, make sure that it's done properly. If you're going to work, you want to go out and get paid for it, right? So then what you want to do is you want to set up a time and start to begin your daily communication with your sponsor. And it's critical that this starts to happen right from the get-go. When is it going to be when you talk? It's first thing in the morning. You're going to talk for a couple minutes. You're going to follow up with each other at night. When is it that you're going to communicate and kind of get this thing going? Set that up with your sponsor. And then you want to follow your 90-day Rain Freedom Challenge. And when you're setting your goals, guys, this is part of your goals set and what you want to accomplish within the first 90 days. Is it a health goal? Is it a financial goal? And as you're filling out the commitment letter and walking backwards, where do you want to be in 90 days? What's your Rain Freedom Challenge? What's freedom mean to you, and where do you want to be? Hey, now, obviously, you're not going to be able to accomplish every goal of yours in 90 days. But what we want to do is we want a 90-day goal as well. What's your Rain Freedom Challenge? Okay, and like I said, if you're going through the commitment letter and stuff, you're going to have these things in place. So the first week, that's the first 48 hours. The first week, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your established your clearly defined written goals and your why. Now, this is important. We do some basic things in the commitment letter. That's why I refer to that so much. That was why it's one of the first things we have you do. But now we want to expand on that, guys. What is the reason and the why for doing this? Because you can have all the knowledge in the world. Okay, the how is important. Okay, but if your why is big enough, your how will take care of itself. When I started in this industry, when I was 26 years old and I didn't have a lot of experience, I didn't know how. Guys, I didn't know how, but I knew what I was doing and why I was doing. My why was big. And my why got me up in the morning. It got me on the phone with people. It got me in front of people because I had a reason. Okay, and that's why we're calling this first section the fuel, is because what fuels you? What is it that it's going to take for all these things that we're putting in place for you to go out there and have the energy and belief and confidence and whatever you need to get out there and start getting it going and getting it done? Okay, and a majority of that's going to come from your why. Okay, what is it? What are your goals, dreams? What fuels you? So you want to make sure that that's done. Another thing that you want to do is you start to invite people to your launch meetings and you start to do the launch calls or whatever you've planned on doing with your sponsor, you want to track and start this process right from the first week, making sure that you're getting it done right. Guys, you got to set the habits right from the beginning and do it correctly so that you're not having to do some corrective processes in the future, which we'll all have to do as we learn it, in this business. But you want to start tracking each person that you share and follow up with and log it into the accountability and tracking sheet that we have in this booklet. Okay, so always make sure you and your sponsor are accountable to each other, and the responsibility is there. And when I say accountable, I'm talking about the commitment, which once again I'm referring to that commitment letter. You can see how important that is in setting up your business. So you want to have had at least one launch meeting your first week. Set it up, and you want it to follow within and do another one every 2 to 3 days. Remember, your goal is to have at least 4 launches in your first 2 weeks. Okay, 4 launches, whether that's stuff for the local people, and you're doing these launch meetings in your home, whether it's for people that aren't local and you're doing it on the phone, or you're doing it through a webinar, and you're inviting people. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have had at least one. You got the ball rolling that first week. You've gone through your 48 hours. You've done your commitment letter. You started to invite. You've done one at least launch meeting, and by the end of your second week, you wanted to have had the full accomplished that we're trying to have people do. And that's the key, guys, in getting started, making sure that you're doing it right, is actually getting started. And this first week during your first launch meeting, it really is important and critical. So make sure that that's done. What you want to do is you want to start making sure also that you have personalized rate business cards. Now, you can go to the website starting this Wednesday, they're telling me, guys, and I know that I've been waiting for a couple of weeks for our store to launch, but this Wednesday they're telling me it's going to be ready. So I hope that that's the case. It could be Thursday or Friday, but I'm only telling you what they're telling me, but it's going to be fantastic where you can go get not just business card, but a lot of different tools, a lot of different things that have rain on them, a logo, and you're going to see more and more stuff appear. But you want to be in business. You want to have your rain business cards that you can show people that you're serious about this, have your contact information on it, and obviously be promoting your brand and yourself as you're building your business. So, prepare and schedule to participate in the webinars. We do trainings every single week. We have opportunity webinars. You're going to see periodically where we train on different aspects of the business as well. You're going to want to know when they are, and you're going to have the times and dates that either your organization is doing their own calls, or that you can plug into the corporate calls that are taking place on more of a large scale. But sit down with your sponsor. Make sure you know when they are weekly. If you have a weekly call with your team, or there's a weekly call with the company that you want to make sure that your people are on. Make sure they have the time, date, information, these types of things. Well, obviously link if it's a webinar that they need to participate in. So what we want to do is schedule and participate in all your apprenticeship calls and webinars with your upline. Now you're going to see that as the teams start to grow, there's going to be more of these team calls. There's going to be more of these team webinars, which we call the apprenticeship calls, which talk about and teach people the aspects of this rain cycle, making sure that people are doing it. And those people that have the experience and have already been doing it for some time are going to be able to help, give that positive feedback, help people understand maybe some things that they could do a little bit differently to give a different result. If somebody's already made the mistake, there's no reason for you to make it. If somebody already has something that's working, this is where you and your group and your upline can share these things. But make sure that you're starting and you're doing these apprenticeship calls and webinars with your upline, and that you have those set down. And if you don't know of them, call your upline, call your sponsor, say, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? Now, guys, this isn't just time for people to get on and just talk. And this is a time for productivity in your group. And then what you want to do is start looking at the website like I talked about. Plan to meet at the next RAIN leadership event. If you have a chance to come visit the company, to see where the product's made, to meet everybody here, you want to do that. You want to make sure that you're at the next leadership event, whether that's local, where you're at, or whether that's here at corporate, because you need to take the time to invest, not only that, so that you kick the bricks, but that you're taking the time and energy that's needed for you to feel confident and understand this business that you now have. Okay, like I've stated before, I don't think it makes sense for anybody to go out and buy a franchise and not learn how to run that franchise. The reason somebody would buy into a franchise is because it's a proven system. What we want people to do is we want people to come and learn the proven systems that we have here that have been learned and taught by those people that have been successful and have done millions and millions in sales in this industry and that have created multi-millionaires all across the globe. This isn't something that we just conjured up, guys. So you want to come and make sure that you're at that next leadership event, whatever that is. Okay? So the dream building part of this is part of the field. Now you're going to want to take this, and not do this right now as I'm telling you about it, but I just want to go over it with you so you understand the process. But this is going to help you understand what your dreams are and what you're really after, and kind of incorporate that why and create that fuel that's needed for you to go out there and like I said, go after your goals and dreams and build the business. So it's going to take about 20 minutes, but you're going to answer the following questions. You're going to, obviously, if you have a notebook there, but this is not just dealing with the business, guys. This can deal with your relationships, your income, your passion, your career, where you want to be, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, or just in the next 90 days as we talked about. All right? So you're going to set a clean sheet of paper next to your dream list, and what you're going to do is, in 1 or 2 sentences, I want you to describe why you want all the things that you've already written down. Write down a list of everything that you want. What you're going to do is you're going to write down why. And you have 2, like I said, don't take too long to do this, but in 1 or 2 sentences, explain why each of these dreams is specifically important to you. Okay, and you simply move on to the next 1 or 2 sentences. Make sure you don't do this longer than 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, and what you're going to want to do when you get to that point is start then. And then what you're going to do is go back. You're going to cross out all the dreams that you couldn't find a reason for. Remember, you're trying to do this in a time frame. So if you can't think of a reason, go to the next one and then maybe come back if there's still some time. But if you couldn't find that reason for it, chances are, as that's the most important thing on your mind right now. Excuse me. And so put it on the back burner for now. Okay, maybe pull that dream out later. What were the things that really brought the energy and passion out in you? What were the things that really got you excited when you were thinking about it? Okay, now, next to the remaining dreams that you have, okay, write when you want to accomplish it. Is it in 1 year? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 20 years? Is it your 90-day freedom challenge? You want it done in 90 days? Okay? Write those things down. And depending on when you optimistically think that you can reach the goal, write it next to it. Okay, then once you've done that, take about 5 minutes and do that. You're going to pull out another sheet. Now on this sheet, you want to write 1 or 2 sentences on what could come between you and your dreams. Guys, there's opposition in all things. There's always going to be something that's going to slow you down or defocus you. What is it that could stop you? Okay, for example, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds, what's something that can get in front of that goal and actually stop it from happening? Maybe if you eat too much, you eat a lot of sweets. If you want to earn $150,000 a year, but you're not willing to change the hours that you're spending or work more and put more and invest more into having that happen, okay, then that's something that could be holding you back. Let's say you buy a house, but you're afraid of the process that you have to go through. That's what you want to do, is you want to focus on what you think those obstacles could be so that you know what they are up front. Okay? And then once you have those accomplished, on another sheet, you want to divide it into 4 boxes. And at the top of each box, you want to start listing, the different categories that you have. If you have stuff that you want to accomplish in 90 days, do that. If you have stuff that you want to accomplish in your first year, your first 5 years, or you want to be in 20 years. Okay, but on the top of each box, you want to write 4 of the most important dreams that you have, marked for each of these categories. For example, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to read 20 books this year. I want to earn $150,000 to spend more time with my family by the end of the year. Those are the 4 things that you have, and you have the time frame. Now, in each of these quadrants, I need you to write all the reasons why you absolutely need this dream to happen, why you need to have it happen, why your life will be changed if it does, the benefits that are going to come into your life when it happens. Okay? And you want to make sure that you write all the reasons why this absolutely needs to take place. Okay? I also want you to write down all the pain that you would feel if you don't do it, all the things that you could miss out on, and the things that you're not going to be able to most likely experience if those things don't happen. Okay, so do that. You want to write that down. And then the lower third portion of each of the quadrant, I want you to write a positive affirmation, not just focus on the negativity, obviously. And a positive affirmation is something that you're going to say in the present tense. And it's something that's going to help drive yourself to this dream. So let's say it is to lose 20 pounds. Once again, this positive affirmation was, I am 20 pounds lighter. I lost 20 pounds. Okay, in the present tense, as a positive affirmation, it's already happened. Now, guys, this isn't something, like I said, that I've just come up with, that I just came up with out of the blue. This is something that's a proven system of goal setting that's been used by leaders like Zig Ziglar, Napoleon Hill, Anthony Robbins, And not just that, but a lot of successful network marketers that I look up to and that are my mentors. And so, guys, take the time to do this. Take the time to make sure that you have the fuel, that when you get knocked down, you have what it takes to get knocked up, because I promise you, you're going to get knocked down. Okay? It's not just going to come easy for everybody. Everyone's going to have their easy day and their tough day. There's some days it's really amazing to be a dad. There's other days it's really tough to be one. Okay, but you need to have that attitude, and you know why. For that example, I know why I know why I'm a dad, and I wouldn't change it for anything. So I have my reasons and I have my purpose. I'm not going to just stop being a dad one day just because it's hard. Okay, and just like everything else, if you have that same attitude towards the things that you really want and love and that have value to you, then guess what? When those days come, when the toughness comes, you have the fuel to stand up again if you get knocked down. And so this is why this is so important, and why we want people to accomplish this. And it's one of the first steps in the cycle is, like I said, you can have all these other things, but if you don't have the fuel, it doesn't really matter. Okay, now just some, like I said, basic things here is you need to know how to enroll somebody. And what you can do is you can have people go to your site, or you can go with them, your replicated site, or you can call customer service. But here's some things that you need to know when signing up or enrolling another partner into your business. Obviously, you know who the sponsor's ID is. Now, if you're going in from your site, your replicated site, that's already going to be there. You don't need to worry about that. But if you're just going from right from the company's website, or if you've got a sign-up sheet in your hand that's just a paper app at the moment that you're going to enter in later, you want to make sure that you have the sponsor ID on there. You want the name of the enrollee. You also want to make sure that they have an identification number or their tax number or whatever. If they're signing up as a business, this is where the business information goes. But obviously, we cannot pay commissions to somebody unless we have a tax ID number, tax verification there. So that needs to be there. Sometimes people might say, "Oh, do I have to give my social?" Well, if you want to get paid, you do, because we can't legally pay, just like an employer can't pay unless they know what they're paying to, as tax ID number or a way to track that somehow. Okay, so we need a mailing and a billing address. They can be the same, they can be different. We need an email address and telephone number for the communications that are going to take place. And you want to make sure that they choose what starter kit. What are they starting with? Are they starting with a 1 business center or 3 business center, the elite kit, the super elite kit, the rain elite kit? What are they doing? Set up their auto ship. Make sure that that's set up so they don't have to worry about that on a monthly basis. That's taken care of. Sorry, I've done a lot of talking today. I'm losing my voice. And then set up a method of payment. How is this auto ship gonna be charged every single month? Now remember, an auto ship is something that's automatically done. That's why it's called an auto ship. It can be canceled anytime. No one's locking in. You get obviously a discounted price on the product. There's a benefit for them being on auto ship. But I'll tell you what, as you're building your business, you don't want to be stressing out about if somebody's going to forget to order or lose their points or do this or do that. Auto ship is key in your business and your organization. And you want to make sure that it's not only important to the people that you bring into the business, but they're duplicating that. It's important to the people that they're getting in as well. So there's obviously a lot of different auto ship options out there. I believe that you need to be on at least 100-point auto ship, at least 2 boxes, or the 6+ programs where you're going to get the best deal. And that's just where you get 6 months worth of product up front. You don't have to worry about it after that point. You get an additional discount on that. So these are some of the key things that you need to do when you're setting somebody up in the business. And the fuel is just that, guys. I had a mentor of mine that it took about 10 years until he got to a point where he was making over 6 figures, a month in this industry. Now, if I said, hey, if you worked somewhere for 10 years and you're guaranteed over $100,000 a month every single month after that, I know everybody would say, okay, sign me up for that deal. Okay, but you got to understand that most people, if they don't know that that's going to be the case, they might give up before that time frame happens. But the thing that I loved about this guy is that he never gave up. You know, he knew what he had, he knew what he believed in, and even though it took him longer than other people that was committed to this and were making far more money a lot quicker than he was, but he didn't quit. And I remember asking him one day, what was his secret? On those days that were tough, when he's seeing maybe other people go faster than him, when he's seeing that, that it's working for others, but maybe not him as fast. Or when he's had those days and he asks himself, why am I doing this? What am I doing? How did he do that? Well, the key is he had his reason, he had his why, and he had his fuel. But I love what he said. And he said, Byron, here's the key to success. All I did was I stood up one more time and I got knocked down. Okay? I got knocked down, I stood up. I got knocked down and I stood up. And I can't tell you how many times that happened. Well, one day, I stood up and I didn't get knocked down again. And he was there. And he hit his goal. Okay? And so that's why I want to focus on this fuel, and that's why this is so critical as being the first aspect of the rain cycle, is because this is what helps us go and put into practice all the other aspects of the rain cycle that you're going to learn and that we're going to teach and talk about. So, do what you have to do. If you haven't done this yourself, and you've been in the business for a while, take some time, go over your goals, do your dream, figure out what your dreams are, figure out what your passion is and your why, and guys, go get it done. Go get it done. Start now. Start today. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. And really, what we have here at Rain International, I know, can help people get to their dreams. I know. I've been doing in this industry for over 10 years, and I'm here to tell you that what we have here is incomparable to what else is in the marketplace. We have something that other people don't have. We have an opportunity with the timing. We have an opportunity with this company, with the leadership that we have, with the concept of seed technology. We are changing people's lives. And it's going to start with our own, and people are going to see how it's affecting us. And as we go out there and help people get what they want, we really will get what we want. And we need to help people see what they want, what really is passionate, really creates passion, or what really makes them passionate in life. Because you know what? Whatever reason you got in this business might not be theirs. Might not be their reason. So don't think that just because you're really, really excited about the business, somebody else will. Just because somebody else, you have a life-changing experience on the product, maybe for them it might be the time freedom, it might be the health freedom, it might be all those different things. But you want to make sure that you help them figure out what they're passionate about, and you have them put their goals together and their dreams, because that, once again, they can take ownership in that. So guys, thank you so much for getting on tonight. I wish everybody a fantastic week and a holiday season. Hopefully on Independence Day, not only think about all those people that have sacrificed for the blessings that we have today, but think about the sacrifices that you can make for yourself and your future posterity to create independence in your life. To use this as a vehicle to truly set you free. And I know that can be the case for every single one of you, if you have the fuel and you have the desire and you're willing to do what it takes. Because if I can do it, guys, if I can do it, and I know hundreds and thousands of other people have seen success in this industry, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. So go out there, have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you on the webinars each week. And guys, let's go out there and together, let's make this thing the biggest company on the planet, and let's go make it rain. Everybody, have a great week. This is Byron Belka signing off from Springville, Utah. Take care, everybody.